Hello everyone, welcome back to vacate channel. David Price breaks down Anthony Joshua vs Daniel Dubois. Anthony Joshua is aiming to become boxing's fifth three-time heavyweight champion when he challenges newly crowned IBF champion Daniel Dubois at Wembley Stadium in what will be the third all-British heavyweight world title bout in as many years. Now David Price has affirmed his verdict. Both AJ and Dubois have emerged as resurgent figures in the heavyweight scene, each bouncing back from public criticism to silence their adopters with impressive back-to-back stoppage wins and climbing to the peak of the division. Joshua was scolded by the masses for his tentative approach in the perceived one-sided contest against Jermaine Franklin and Robert Helenius, but the appointment of former Tyson Fury trainer Ben Davison has resulted in a marked improvement. The former unified champion overcame tricky Swedish southpaw Otto Wallin in a ruthless display before obliterating UFC sensation Francis Ngannou in just 2 rounds. Both of those opponents having previously taken Fury the distance. Meanwhile, Dubois was slandered for quitting against undisputed champ now after he took a knee and set out the count for the second time during his career. This decision led to the accusations that Dubois lacked the heart of a true champion, but those allegations were soon put to rest as Triple D scored a last-second knockout win over Jarrell Miller before upsetting the odds and becoming the first man to defeat Croatia's Filip Hrgovic in a bid for the IBF interim title. That bout was soon upgraded to the full world title, and Dubois could not be in against a bigger name than the one he has been tasked with. In an interview with Seconds Out, David Price sided with the more proven champion and picked AJ to get the job done inside the distance, explaining why he believes that Dubois' durability will play a key component in the outcome. I think it depends on how much punishment Dubois can take early on, because AJ is going to land clean, heavy shots early on. I think Dubois can take them from a concussive point of view. I think that he can take the shots and keep going. It's whether his face will hold up. He is easy to hit with a right hand. We thought that in the Hrgovic fight, he was catching him repeatedly with the right hand, but he was walking through them. I think that it is a different story with Anthony Joshua, and I think that AJ is probably going to win late on. I think that he will start well. Dubois will come back into it, couple of scares for AJ, and then I think that Joshua, will put it out of the back in the mid to late rounds. For a comparison, Daniel Dubois ate an astonishing 35 power punches in the opening 2 rounds of his battle with Hrgovic, whilst Joshua needed to land just 5 power shots to knock out Ngannou and exactly 35 to stop Wallin in the 5th round. Anthony Joshua's massive net worth compared to rival Tyson Fury. There have been plenty of high-profile pay-per-view bouts involving Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury in recent years, but the Olympic gold medalist's net worth have been put in context. Anthony Joshua is way ahead of Tyson Fury as far as net worth is concerned. According to promoter Ed Hearn, the 2 British heavyweights have been on an apparent collision course for the best part of a decade, but the meeting between the two appears to still be some way in the distance. A February 2025 bout appeared to be on the cards, only for Tyson Fury's defeat to leave that in the balance. Fury and Joshua appeared to be close to a meeting in 2021, but Tyson was instead forced to fight Deontay Wilder for a 3rd time. Since then, both he and Joshua have enjoyed a number of lucrative pay-per-view outings, while Tyson Fury has fought 4 times since the start of 2022, including twice in Saudi Arabia. Joshua has taken to the ring 5 times in the same period, including 3 Saudi showpieces. However, according to Hearn, there is more behind Joshua's significant wealth. When asked if Tyson Fury was the most successful boxer in the UK ever, from a financial perspective, he insisted Joshua was way out in front. "No, AJ, definitely AJ," he said. "Fury has made a lot of money the last 3, 4, 5 years. AJ has been at it for the last decade. Big pay-per-views, huge site fees. He's also the first fighter that's had the massive commercial deals. Under Armour, Beats, there are big brands." In the same interview, Hearn praised Joshua's work ethic. "That's why I respect AJ so much, because he wants it more now, and he works harder now than he is ever worked in the sport, and he is in the back end of his career," he said. Undisputed Champ has predicted his successor as IBF heavyweight champion of the world, tipping Anthony Joshua to beat Daniel Dubois in September. Undisputed Champ vacated the belt after failing to fight the IBF's next mandatory challenger, Dubois. He has tipped Anthony Joshua to defeat Daniel Dubois in their IBF World Title showdown in September. He vacated the belt, which he defended by beating Tyson Fury by split decision in May, and also has a special message for the Gypsy King ahead of their December face-off, briefly becoming the first undisputed heavyweight champion since Lennox Lewis. He replied to Tyson's story, but before that WBC sequel to the Ring of Fire set for December 21st, he believes Joshua will win the Battle of the Brits. "I think it's AJ. I respect both of these guys, but I predict Anthony." And in response to the IBF stripping him of his title due to the Unified King failing to fight Dubois, the organization's mandatory next challenger, he said it was great for the sport. "It's good, IBF does not take my belt, I give my belt for Anthony Joshua and Dubois." Heavyweight who beat Anthony Joshua tells Daniel Dubois what he must do to win. Andrews Jr. is one of only 2 heavyweights who knows what it takes to beat Anthony Joshua. The Mexican-American famously did so on a night in June 2019 at Madison Square Garden, despite being the late stand-in and huge beating underdog who was put down hard in the early rounds. Former Olympic gold medalist Joshua is due back in the ring in September, when he will take on Daniel Dubois. The IBF World Heavyweight title will be on the line when the pair face off at Wembley Stadium. 12 Joshua's longtime rival Fury is expected to back his opponent. "I think he is a good friend of Daniel Dubois, and obviously he is in the same promotional company," Fury's manager Spencer Brown said. "But I think Tyson just wants to see a good fight. Who will he back? Probably Daniel Dubois." Undefeated heavyweight Fraser Clark, meanwhile, has backed Joshua. "I've witnessed hundreds of rounds with them, lots of rounds with them. I will be intrigued," he told. Obviously, they have both come a long way since then. "I've still got Joshua favorite, but then Daniel could surprise me because I had Hrgovic as a bit of a favorite against him the other day. He could wake up in the ambulance." Tony Bellew issues bold warning to Daniel Dubois over Anthony Joshua. Dubois and Joshua will meet in a heavyweight showdown on September 21st at Wembley Stadium, with the former making a defense of his IBF world title. Joshua is currently the favorite to snatch the belt from his clutches, particularly given his recent scintillating from under Usyk Ben Davison. And former world champion Bellew agrees with the bookie's notion and expects AJ to get the job done inside 3 rounds. He told, "I think Anthony Joshua knocks Daniel Dubois out inside 3 rounds. I don't think that Daniel Dubois does well, AJ does better. Daniel Dubois is a stronger puncher, he is heavy-handed, but Anthony Joshua is stronger and faster. He got hit with 45 right hands in 4 rounds against Filip Hrgovic. He will get hit with 3 against Anthony Joshua and he will wake up in an ambulance. Anthony Joshua has dynamite in his gloves. Don't get me wrong, Daniel Dubois is a puncher too, so he does have a puncher's chance, but I rate it at 70-30, 80-20 in Joshua's favor." Thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel.